we're also seeing the costs come down,
Yeah.
and starting to see it compete as well. So I was bullish geothermal well before we saw these costs competing and saw, even commercial scale success of some of these enhanced projects. But maybe I was just lucky and jumping on the right bandwagon.
Well, I guess I find it compelling too, and the land use is not the side that I had really clicked for me until you mentioned it even here. But certainly, in terms of like a power asset, compelling in its attributes there. But I also think like the rate of change to me is the biggest one, and maybe that's the lead into the rising prices for some of this acreage. But if you look at energy technology across the board today, just where it is in its life cycle and the rate of change we see in an observable time period, I think is it makes it a really, really interesting piece of tech to look at. And just, I guess, unpacking that just a touch more, right? Like so many of these learning curves are a function of number of cycles or iterations, right? And so there's something about the geothermal approach similar to oil and gas where you get a lot of iterations with each wellbore, et cetera. And that's where you need to really drive a lot of that innovation. And relative to say nuclear or more mature technologies, even now solar and things like that, just in a given time period, you don't need that much activity to drive a lot of a learning curve. And so the time scale improvements are pretty notable.